Good evening. This is the video newsletter for Buy Sell Short for Wednesday, March 14th. And what a massive couple of days it has been in the market. We'll start off with yesterday's move. Actually, let's go back a day to when we last did the video. And I mentioned that we had just seen a golden cross on the Dow 15-minute chart. And as you know, if you've been watching these videos over the last few years, we have an extremely high win rate with a golden cross on the Dow 15-minute chart. The average gain is 150 points, and as is always the case, right on the cross, we almost always see a little dip, and then off to the races we go. And thanks to the Fed meeting yesterday, it was no different. We got that golden cross at around the 12,900 area, and here we find ourselves 2 days later up 300 points thanks to the massive move in bank shares really yesterday. Fed said absolutely nothing new, nothing of note, but the market liked it, financials liked it, and it was off to the races, and shorts got bent over a barrel yet again. Just an absolute vertical market here. And the consolidation we saw today after this big up move, more times than not, we see further upside action. We go to the daily chart to see what our roadmap is. Volume very healthy over the last couple of days. We did get a positive MACD cross today on the Dow. If we scroll down further, we still have, stochastics and a nice little uptrend back over that 80 level. But let's check out a 6-year chart. We've got to go back and get, really 4 years, but 6-year time frame to get a better idea. Is that what we're looking at here? Yep, 6-year chart. You can see we broke through that 13,136 resistance. We're about 60 points above it, and the next resistance level now is up there at 13.5, and then the all-time highs seen back in 2007 are not that far away at this stage. So very, very nice move on mostly large caps. Now today we started to see that spread out. We had some very, very nice movers today. We're starting to see traders move into bottom plays. Finally, seen a lot of traders getting burned over the last couple of days chasing these crazy moves on stocks, and we're starting to see some bouncer plays really put in some nice moves, and we'll go into that a little bit later. SMH was weak today. Apple's not in the index, so that's why it's red. Apple, let's look at Apple. Pretty much tells you this market. Here's Apple over the last 6 days. A 60-point move in Apple. That's a $90 billion market cap increase in 6 days on this stock. Since December, it is up $220 a share. Almost 60% move in 3 months. Just insane, and looking like it's going to blow off. Looking at this chart, and shorts and bears continue to get decimated on this stock. What I would say is go back and look at the old crazy stock of back in the day, like eBay, Crocs as an example. They can keep going and going and going and going, and the volume is really starting to explode here on this stock, and we'll probably continue to do so till we get the Facebook IPO in May or June. Speaking of the Facebook IPO, VRGN kaboom. We've been sitting in this one over the last couple of these weeks. This was one of our swing plays going into the Facebook IPO. They come out today, merger news with a company. Stock was trading at 215 pre-market and on the open, which is why we said to book at least 2/3 gains. Trail your stops to $1.90, which was the previous resistance. It ended up dropping below that, which is great. I would love to see this stock make it all the way back down to the 200-day moving average over the next month so that we can reset, reload, and replay this baby again into the Facebook IPO. But congratulations, guys. Monster win on this one. Our swing setup worked to perfection. And the other one that also worked to perfection on today for us was ALTH. I know some of you guys were a little bit concerned over the action over the last couple of days, but just very, very nice bounce on this swing play. Traded as high as $1.62. Our target was $1.60 to $1.65, which equals take the money and run. Now, 1/3 position on this stock is probably advisable. The next break, 170. could set it free for that move up to the previous resistance level of 195. Remember when I got us into this stock, I said, reminded me a lot like our big bio runners from the last few weeks of ALIM, which is up 300%, SGMO, which went up 50%. Same sort of setup on this one. I would be looking for dips to continue to accumulate. Anyway, I actually jumped off a tangent here. Let's go back again. Just like the SMH, we saw weakness again today in the Russell. Russell is the only index still lagging a breakout. Its summer highs were at 860. We got rebuffed at that previous resistance of February at 833. Now, we did see some action in these stocks today, so we should see some follow-through over the next few days, especially if the market either continues to go up or treads water, slight down moves. We'll really start to see these small caps heat up. But we are about to get a positive MACD cross on the Russell, and the last few times we've seen that happen, we've seen some nice little pops, and the action I saw today in a lot of our plays, very, very encouraging for us, at least in the near term. Anyway, back to some of our other plays. HIMX, flag breakout here, symmetrical triangle breakout. We jumped into this one, 170 to 172. A break through that 175, 176 level tomorrow, and this stock definitely has a chance at making a run on $2 very, very soon. This is a deeply undervalued stock, just like when we called it back in early January down there at $1. Still has some further upside, and we did get a golden cross a couple of days ago on this one, and it looks like it's finally ready to put in its golden cross run. Quick mention on RAD, PopScan play, one that we've played, also a rule of two play. Big volume, big upside move, broke through 2 nicely today, traded as high as 212. Target on this one is 220. There are buyout rumors floating around on this one, only a matter of time before they get bought out. But we should see a nice gap and run on this one tomorrow, just like our other rule of two play yesterday. BPOP broke that 194 level. 224 high of the day today. 30-cent move on this one over the last 2 days. Can't argue with that. Perfect setup. RAD is set up the exact same way for us going into tomorrow and Friday. So looking very, very good here. Couple of plays we jumped into today that we got some very, very nice action on. KVA. We've played this one for very big moves in the past. We are about to get a golden cross on the daily chart here. That is when the 50-day moving average, the blue line, crosses up through the 200-day moving average, the red line. Very, very bullish. Refer to what I talked about earlier on the Dow 15-minute chart on that golden cross. Also, to add to our case on this one, positive MACD cross. Again, a very bullish development. Stochastics in a nice little uptrend. Positive ADX cross. Everything looks golden on this chart, and we're about to get a break up through the 50 RSI on this one. Targets, $170 plus, possibly even more. Remember, this one had a huge run in January. It essentially went from this level to $3, went up 100% in a matter of 2 to 3 weeks. Looks like this one is gearing up for another big move. VG Vonage. I like the setup here. Big sell-off with the market, or with the retrace and small caps. Nice bottoming action here. Earnings are out of the way. They've got cash. Business is picking up. 50-day moving average 243 is calling us. First resistance is the 20-day exponential 233, and we have support at 214. We're probably looking at getting a positive MACD cross on this one. Maybe Friday, more than likely Monday. Stochastics also exactly where we like to see it on setups like this. This chart looks very, very nice and could really and quickly see a move to 255. Remember that fat move we got on this one back in February when we got that breakout at 250 and then at 260? Ran up 20% for us over the course of 3 or 4 days. Setting up for that again. I like the setup here. Looks very, very nice for us in the near term. As for the PopScan plays, I'm not going to jump into them today. For the next few days, we're going to have more of an emphasis on some of our swing plays. And with that in mind, set up something new on the website today that I definitely want you guys to check out on a nightly basis. I've added a new section to the website. If you go to the website, you scroll down, you'll see this new little section called Swing Plays. You click on it, and here you will see our Swing Plays alert. A lot of stocks that we've been posting on, especially from the PopScan setups. I know some of you guys like to swing a lot of these plays. So setups that I think are potentially nice swing plays, I'm going to stick them in this section for you guys to check out. It's really going to be easy. You'll go to the section, you click on the stock, and it's really going to be basic information. You'll see the stock symbol, buy price, target, and stops, and it's pretty much a self-study from there. Many times we have a lot of plays that are great swing setups, and it's tough to keep track of them, so this will be a way for us to keep an eye on some very, very nice swing setups, and we're starting to see a lot of those developing. So, and also, as you can see, there'll be a chart here that you can click on. It'll also show all our notations, where to go, and a great way to review. If you've got any questions, there's also a little section below it where you can type in questions and whatnot. I'll try to get back to them as soon as possible. But definitely check this section out. Every night I'll keep adding plays that are nice setups for us, and this is a great way for us to keep track of a lot of these plays. So that is it for the video newsletter. If you've got any questions, feel free to send me an email, feedback@buysellshort.com or .net. If you've got any issues getting into the chat room, I sent out a couple of links, different Java links for you to be able to get into the chat room, as well as the MIRC access. If you've got any questions on that, shoot me an email. Otherwise, I will see you guys in there tomorrow. Good night.